Hey, friend, welcome back to the Leadership Beyond the Title podcast. This is my mini series, Mic Drops, where I am giving you short, powerful lessons to help you lead, grow, and show up like the leader you already are in under 10 minutes. Today's episode is short and spicy, and we are talking about the leadership trends that are actually holding you back. Yep, some of the habits and the mindsets we've been told are best practices, and I put that in quotes, they are actually slowing you down. So let's unpack it. The first thing is, or the first way is that multitasking is as a badge of honor. If you have a day where it looks like you are doing a juggling act and you have no space to breathe, that is not leadership, my friend. That's burnout with a side of resentment. Yes, it is. Multitasking is not a flex, okay? Being focused is. I think there's a lot of times where we think, oh, I'm doing this, and this, that, oh, yeah, I'm powerful. Like, look at me, look at me. I know, especially for you moms out there, when you feel like you're just like, banging out the to-do list and you're like getting everything done. Like you feel like that's a big flex, but multitasking is not a flex. I actually talked about this in episode 20, where I talked about time management and doing like a time budget process that I help my clients do, because when you are multitasking and going to one thing to the next and you don't have time in between, you're actually expending more energy than normal, and it's hard for you to like recover. Okay. And so multitasking is not the thing we should be doing in 2025. We need to do less. We need to do it well, and let that be the move. Let that be the way that we're making moves today. Okay. The second thing is being available 24/7. You do not need to respond instantly to prove your value. I know this one is a hard one, because especially when you're first starting a job, or when you're trying to get promoted, or you want people to see your worth, you might have the tendency to, like, every time you get an email, you want to respond right away. Every time you get a phone call, you want to, answer the phone right away. But that's just not proving your value at all. It's making you almost a slave to the organization or the slave to your boss. And we don't want you to do that. Constant accessibility doesn't equal leadership. It actually erodes trust in your boundaries. So you stop trusting your own self because you're working so much. And it teaches your team to expect you to self-sacrifice. So now your team is thinking, you're going to show up all the time. You're going to answer that email. You're going to answer that call. You're going to be there to save the day. But no, we don't need to be doing that. Set your hours, protect your time, and watch how your energy actually shifts for the good. The third thing is only showing the polished version of yourself. Perfectionism is performative. I'll say that again. Perfectionism is performative. Nobody's perfect. So if you're trying to show up perfect, you're performing. You lose your authenticity. You lose trust with different people. So just trying to be polished, version of yourself isn't helpful, especially if you lead a team. If you lead a team and you're always showing up perfect, now you got everybody kind of anxious and walking on eggshells, thinking they need to show up perfectly too. I want you to know that vulnerability is so powerful. We are living in a day and age where people want to know more about you, not less. And so it's important for you to show that side of you, the messy side, the one who doesn't get everything right. Okay? It's time for you to be real. Share when things are hard. Show what growth looks like in action, because you want your team to feel that sense of safety and security. We talk about psychological safety. That's psychological safety. When you can say, oops, I messed up. Oops, I didn't get that right. I was recently working with an all-Black female team, leadership team, and the leader of that group was like, you know what? I messed up. I did it wrong. I was so caught up in my reactive tendencies, my people pleasing tendencies, my perfectionism tendencies that I didn't stop to think. And it had a huge impact on another person. And now I have to repair this relationship. And so I want you to know, like, that type of vulnerability calms the storms. It calms everybody. And so you do not have to show up as the polished version of you. Show up as the messy version of you. It's actually more fun that way anyway. And then the last thing is thinking that more certifications equal more credibility. And yes, this is coming from someone with a whole host of certifications and skills and education. Yes. But what I found is that more degrees, more training, more letters behind your name won't automatically make you feel confident. There have been so many times, even after I got the first thing, that I felt like I needed more. It's almost like the analogy where they say, once you start making more money, you start having bigger bills, right? And so that requires you to have even more money. The same thing with education, more training, more certifications. Like when you get one certification, all of a sudden you feel like you have to get more and more and more, and you almost feel like it's never enough. And I've had to learn this through my coach, where she was like, TaSheena, no more training, cut it off, no more. Actually go deep on the stuff that you already know and build those skills. And it has been so freeing for me to just focus on those things and not pay for more, training or certifications, and only invest in the coaching that I need to be the mirror image of me to allow me to see what I don't see. Okay. So here's the wrap up. Here's your reminder of what you need to do. Focus over multitasking. So focus on what you need to focus on. No multitasking. We're not doing that. Boundaries over burnout. Okay. You got to have some level of boundaries, because being available 24/7 is not going to get you anywhere. Realness over perfection. We want to be real. We want to be authentic. When you're saying like, I wish I could show up authentic to work. Well, if you've been showing up as the perfect side of you, it's really hard to transfer over. It really is. It's not, it's not that you can't do it, but it becomes harder for yourself, not for others. So show the real you, and then have belief in yourself even over credentials. Believe that you have enough skills, enough credibility, enough of education to do and to be the leader that you want to be. Let go of these leadership trends that actually keep you small, because we believe that these things are the things that have been working well. They actually don't. It's a very white male centered strategy to keep working, to do a lot of things at once, to show up as like perfect and ready, and then to have all these certifications. We're not doing that. You're already a leader. It's just now time to start leading like it and start believing it. And hey, if this hits home, send it to another woman of color in leadership who actually needs to hear this today. Or I would love to work with you. So book a call using the link in the show notes, and let's build the strategy to help you lead in a way that reflects your values, not just your responsibilities. See you next time on Mic Drops. Bye.